Hey everybody, this is Sheryl, this is Clientele, and this is a fabulous person sitting right next to me who I've had the pleasure of just meeting a little while back. And he is a person that knows exactly how to get you to say yes. Have you ever wanted to find out how to get somebody to say yes to your ideas and do it the right way and do it the loving way and do it the real way? I've got the expert sitting right here, Ben Starling III from Southern Philanthropy. I would love you, Ben, to say hi to all of our guests.
Hey, everybody. A big hello to the Clientele family. It is an honor to be a part of today's broadcast.
Well, I cannot tell you, Ben, and I say this every week because we always have great guests. I'm very blessed to have that. But you are something really, really special. And everybody, I promised you before that we were going to have a clientele man on, and here he is. But first, I want to start talking about you. What is Southern Philanthropy? Where did you start? How did you get there?
Southern Philanthropy is my fundraising consulting business. Started it about 6 years ago now, and it is dedicated to helping philanthropists, nonprofits, and businesses connect with people. It's what started out as a fundraising consulting business exclusively. Thanks to COVID, has shown me that my work is not just in the area of fundraising, but is really about relationship building. So I now have clients that have contracted with me to teach them how to build a rapport with their clients and future customers to engage them so that it is a wonderful kind of symbiotic relationship. So this was born out of a job in fundraising when I was a sophomore in college in 1988, Palm Beach Atlantic University. Answered an ad on the college billboard to go and work at a fundraising firm and run errands. And I had no idea that fundraising was a profession and you could get paid for helping organizations and have wonderful meals at the country club in the process. So it happened rather organically. And I think fundraising is the greatest profession there is.
Let's talk about what your upbringing was to really instill in you this giving spirit.
Well, Sheryl, my family is very special. I grew up in a small farming community in South Florida called Immokalee. It was founded by Native Americans, the Seminoles, and Immokalee is a Seminole word meaning my home. And so it is very much something that you would see or expect in a small southern community, especially one that revolved around agriculture, church, school, just the whole family aspect of coming together as being not only your family by blood, but your family in the sense of community. And, was raised by wonderful Christian parents who took us to church every week and taught us tithing and giving and practiced by example. So from an early age, it was always, I don't want to use the word drilled into us, but perhaps instilled that we needed to give back. We needed to help people. And, giving to the church, there was never a question whether we were going to or not. That was a given. But it was over and above that.
If we want to get somebody to invest in us in some way, how do you convince that person to do that?
Although I've always felt that I was in the fundraising business, I'm really in the relationship business. In fundraising, when you can have social events, you get to see a lot of people and you can be incredibly social, but that doesn't mean that you have a relationship with them, a genuine relationship. It's one thing to be able to wave at someone at a cocktail party. It's a whole nother thing to be able to call them up on the telephone and then invite you over to the house to have lunch with them.
Yes.
So that's a relationship. And
How do you build it? What do you do to build that relationship?
So as a part of that, and COVID revealed this to me, and that is when those social things are cut off, you better have your relationship in place, or else you're gonna have a tough time if you are relying or have always relied on social events or social gatherings. One of the things that I've been coaching people on is that it's about a genuine relationship. If you are going into something, especially with people of means or influence, and this could be if you're looking for a job and the boss always has people around him looking for a job at his great company, the boss, the philanthropist, the decision makers in their orbit are always people that want something. So when you go in there, to be able to go in there without pushing your agenda is key. And I share with people so often that whenever you meet someone for the first time, you don't want to go up there and immediately say, can you give me this? Can you hire me? A lot of people will tell you, be bold, go and do that. And I'm like, don't do that. That's the kiss of death. Take your time, find out, do some research on the person, find out what they're interested in. A lot of people down here love to fish. A lot of people love sports. A lot of people love a favorite sports team. A lot of people love to cook. Take the time, find out what it is. Write that person a letter and clip out an article, a recipe, a sports page, something that has to do with their interest. When people of importance have 101 different things they can do every day, you're new, you go up to them, what you come promoting, selling, offering is probably not going to rank real high on their list. So take the time, get to know them, let them say, gosh, this is so nice. This man has sent me 3 articles on my favorite team that I would have missed if he had not sent it. Let me ask him, what exactly do you do? Tell me, why'd you send me these 3 things? I really appreciate it, but tell me about yourself. You know, it's often kind of like dating. You know, you go out on the first date, and the person says, hey, I want to get married and I want us to have a big family and I want us to do this in the next 6 months. Most people are going to run. That is scary. And so often that is the way that people are treated when you go and ask for something. You automatically think, let me be bold. Let me go and ask. Let me tell them. A CEO that has a wonderful company is not going to take kindly to you going up there and you telling them how smart you are and how you can go in there and revolutionize their company in 3 months. It doesn't work that way, but that's the mindset that people have. And unfortunately, the relationship aspect of it is gone. And of the mentors that I've had and the people that have taught me fundraising, it's all been about the relationship. And that has been key. Sheryl, I can trace back every job, every client that I have ever had to that first job. And it's been priceless experience.
So I'm so in agreement with you, and clientele audience, this is such valuable information that Ben is giving you on how to do anything in your life. You may not be a fundraiser, but there's something that you want or you need from someone that you would like. He has invaluable information and courses, by the way. It's incredible. And you are getting it from an expert, but an expert who does it with his heart.
Get personal. You got to connect to the heart. You got to connect to the heart. And that's one thing about relationship building that is so important. It is connecting with the people. I was on a podcast recently, and the lady that was talking with me said, well, do you ask a lot of questions of people? And I said, well, my friends tell me that I do ask too many questions at times, especially of new people that I've met. But I'm inquisitive. I'd love to know what makes them tick. I love to know what makes them get out of bed in the morning.
Thank you for that. And I just want to encourage people to visit Southern Philanthropy. Your website is phenomenal. And I
Oh,
encourage them to go. It is. You're
oh,
going to
thank
learn
you.
all about Ben, all about his philosophy, which you're hearing right now. I want you to get on the Shop Now button or the Shop button to look at his courses, because this is invaluable to you as a human being. Maybe you're not a fundraiser, but this is not about just that. It's about really connecting and learning and listening, which is key to building a relationship, whether it is a friendship, whether it's something that's business. But this is the man that can teach you all of these things, but he's going to teach you not just as a business person, he's going to teach you from the heart. And that's what we all really need to know. So, but how do they actually get in touch with you?
Well, if they go to the website, southernphilanthropy.com, there's a phone number on there. There's an address on there. There is also a form they can fill out, and I'll call them back if it's a valid outreach, and they're wanting some advice or guidance on what they might need to do for their organization, and it's a good mission. You'll hear from me, because I believe in giving guidance. As I share with people, all my work has always come from referral. I've never had to go out and hustle for clients. Everybody's come, and there's been plenty of opportunity for me. And I find a lot of times the more people I talk to, the more connections I make, something always comes up. So I try and help as many people as I can.
Well, this is definitely the man you want to learn it from. So please visit Southern Philanthropy Inc., Ben Starling. Now, we're actually going to get to Ben's beautiful clientele skin.
I started using Pat's products, and I have to tell you, at first I thought it was kind of hokey, because what is a guy doing with lotions and potions and that sort of thing? But what I noticed immediately was that I didn't get the razor burn. And I kept thinking, well, gosh, is it because it's the shaving cream? And I'm thinking it took me years to find a shaving cream that didn't really affect my skin in a negative way, but at times left the razor burn. But my skin, all of a sudden, it looked, I think, more hydrated, if I could use that word. But I didn't get the razor burn on there. And people have often said, gosh, your skin looks really good. I turned 51 last year. I'll be 52 this year. And, people said, gosh, you don't have very many wrinkles. And the only thing I can attribute it to is Pat's products that she's told me, put around your eyes, put around here, put it on your forehead, put it on your neck, wash. That's the only thing. But I know for sure that my shaving was a direct shaving without rash and that sort of thing. It's a direct result of the clientele products, because that was often very difficult and could be very, very painful when that happened. I've never been able to use aftershave, anything like that, and anything that's alcohol based really creates havoc for my skin. So I'm very careful if I put anything on my on my skin,
So, it's funny, because here's a man who is sensitive in heart and sensitive in skin. So he's sensitive all the way around. And I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, because we always say that clientele's for every skin type, everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a man's line, unless it has some shaving cream in there or something, but there's no such thing as a man's line.
When you're a man and you're in a more of a white collar type profession, and you wear a tie, and your collar rubs up against your freshly shaved face that has a rash on it, it is irritating that, and that becomes embarrassing because you've got a rash, and they say, "Gosh, what's wrong with your face?" But that ceased with clientele products, and that was a pretty defining moment for me, because I thought, I'm never putting anything else on my face except for what I call that Pat's Potions, because clientele, it helped my skin. It didn't hurt it like the rest of the stuff. And I don't know, I'm not smart enough to understand the chemical composition on there. All I know is that it doesn't cause my skin to break out, which tells me that she's using something that's very natural, and it's not harsh, and it soothes the skin, and it doesn't inflame it, and my skin does not get red. And again, I've tried a lot of other products, but that doesn't happen with clientele. And
Ben is a baby. He's only 51 years old, so he's a baby.
yeah,
I'm 64 years old, Ben. I've been using this product for 40 years. And just like Ben said, we wouldn't switch. There used to be that old commercial, I'd rather fight than switch, with the little black guy under your eye.
Yeah.
I think it was for a cigarette or something. But I'm the same way. There's no way, and nobody could pay me to do it, to switch to another line, because the results are so incredible. To be 64 and not have a line on my face, to be a young man of 51 and talk about this in the business that he's in, and not be afraid to say, "Oh, this is too feminine, I don't want to talk about this," is phenomenal, because obviously you like to feel good and feel confident and look good.
Yeah. Well, ironically, this is interesting. So I probably would not have come on here and talked about it, except for the fact that several of my donors who were well-respected businessmen, I was with Pat one time, and when they they came to realize who Pat was, the founder of Clientele, they had never met her before. And they came up and said, "Hey, I've been using your products for years." And I realized, I'm not the only man that's using Pat's products. So that's
great.
Yeah.
Great story. Well, clientele audience, I'm going to let you know what Ben is using really quickly. So again, please like and share, because this is really important. So ladies, if you're watching, grab your guys, and you might have to watch the replay, whatever, but grab your guys and show them what Ben is talking about. If you don't have a guy, grab your dad, grab your uncle, grab your brother. Those are all guys too. And introduce them to clientele, because it is going to make such a huge difference. So here's what Ben is doing. He talked about the Gentle Soy antioxidant wash. He's cleansing and exfoliating. So this is helping his shaving, soften up those hairs, get rid of all those dead skin, age dead skin cells, so that everything can soften and he's able to absorb moisture. If you're able to absorb moisture by getting rid of all the dead skin, you are going to be able to soften up everything. So it's going to be a closer, smoother shave with no little bumps, no little ingrowns, no little rashes like so many men are used to. And you're cleaning the pores, and you're just brightening up the skin tone. No, you told me that your skin tone is brighter. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So healthier skin tone?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, and what I'm assuming most of your viewers are on here are probably female, and when they look at their husbands, look at their necks. After they shave, do they have any type of rash, red, discoloration, anything like that? If they do, they got to start using these clientele products, because it will clean that up. And especially if your husband, boyfriend, whatever, if there's any type of blood that comes to the surface, that gets on your shirt. People can see that in the business world. And as much as, you like to think, oh, they might not see that, I'm telling you that's you can stop all of that with the clientele products. And that again, that was a game changer for me.
Thank you. And it sounds like we're doing an infomercial, but this is really true.
Yeah.
So I thank you for that. And that's a great point. I never would have thought about that, but you're right, because you are making an impression when you're in business in many different aspects, as Ben's been talking about, as a person, number one, but also you want to present yourself, face forward and have everything look really healthy. And the second thing that Ben is doing is he's using the Lotus firming serum. I'm falling all over my words today because I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Using the Lotus firming serum, which keeps the skin exactly what I said, firm. I don't know if you know this, Ben, within 10 minutes, when you first use this, of your first application, your skin firmed up by 55%. That's a clinical study. And a lot of the clinical studies are not true studies. We have the true clinical studies. So we were the first, I don't know if you know this, in 1979 to ever mention the word antioxidant while everybody was talking about, for women, foundation and lipstick color and how pretty your nail polish is. Right. Talking about, let's get that skin and fight free radical damage and keep that skin youthful and healthy. And that's what you're doing with the Lotus firming serum. So you're using that every day as well. Is that correct? Is that correct that you're using?
Yes, especially it works well right here.
Well, the next thing is, because again, Ben is a sensitive guy.
Yeah.
We put him on the Soothie because it has a little green tint to it, as you can see right here. Because if you've got what we call that temperamental, sensitive, vulnerable, delicate skin, gets red, gets irritated, gets itchy, whatever the case may be. Oh my gosh. What do you think of this, Ben?
When I put that on, I don't know. It kind of feels like my skin is like drinking it in, because I think my skin has a tendency to get dry at times. So when I put that in there, it feels like it's almost like a sponge, but it's hydrating, I guess, is the correct word. But I would say my skin drinks it in because it's thirsty, and when it drinks it in, it doesn't cause a rash, anything like that, and my skin looks better
and smooth and less irritated. And there's an ingredient, Pat's going to laugh at me, I'm an esthetician, but I can't even pronounce it. It's called bisalabol, which is the anti-irritant. And then you've got our sacred lotus seed, which you have in our Lotus firming serum, and in your gentle soy antioxidant wash, which is literally repairing misshapen cells and preparing brand new cells. So that's all throughout everything you're doing. And then also, Ben uses our sunblock as well, built into a moisturizer for when he's going outside. And that is his protection. And then around your eyes, I sent you something very special for darkness, puffiness, loss of elasticity, and lines and wrinkles. It will address all of them if you have them. How is that eye cream working for you, called BioQ Energy Eye Cream?
Well, I'll tell you this, and my mother will kill me, but she has dark circles under her under her eyes, and she's always been very sensitive about that. And my siblings and I always figured that we were going to get that at some point, but that eye cream, I don't know how it works exactly, but I don't ever get like what you call bags under your eyes or anything like that. It looks like it's hydrated, and I don't see wrinkles or things that most people get by this age. I've not seen that.
So
not at all.
Ben can keep smiling because he doesn't have to worry about the smile lines.
Yeah.
And we need to get some of this to your mom. So seriously, now, Ben, we're all about internal and external care for the overall wellness of the body, the skin, the hair, the immune system. You've been taking our men's fitness tabs with our sister company, MDR.com, another creation of Pat Riley's. How do you feel on the MDR.com every day? Rather, I should say, the men's fitness tabs. How do you feel on those?
Well, let me give you an example. So in my work, there have been times where I would travel by air three times a week, and I would do that for 40 weeks out of the year. And when I would first start that, I would always get sick. And when I started on the fitness tabs, I stopped getting sick. And I attributed that to the vitamins, and that was key, and that was the only change that I made. But when you're on the road, you have to be at your best. You're arriving late, you're getting up early, the in and out of planes, that sort of thing. But to keep that pace up without being sick, that was a blessing beyond words. There's nothing worse than being on the road and being sick.
Absolutely. And I've traveled my whole life too, so I can relate to that. So this is an AM and PM formula, gentlemen and ladies. We have it for you in the women's fitness tabs and also in daily nutrient supplements. But Ben is not the first person that's told us that he is well. And air travel is one of the worst, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
But air travel is one of the worst. You're confined. You've got that stale air. You've got 20 million people in there. And it's just the worst for getting sick. And then being on the road, being in hotels and being around a lot of people. As we know, times are a little different right now, but some of us are still, praise God, doing business. I pray all of us out there can do that. But this is so essential. And we also beefed it up a little bit by giving Ben something in addition that he didn't even know about called On Guard. Now, this is going to be a major immune defense builder with 4 proprietary ingredients. And this is really going to ensure his defense because it has colostrum and it's got a maitake shiitake mushroom blend. It's got an ancient melon. It's got our lotus seed. And this is all for cellular health. And I'm telling you, Ben, you're going to be in phenomenal shape. Did you drink your Vital Factors this morning?
I did. It was great. It was great. I tell you,
how did
it certainly
feel?
put a pep in my step. I'll put it that way. It was great, and it also, I think this is kind of a side effect, or it was for me. I didn't end up eating nearly as much this morning because I took it before breakfast. And it kind of filled me up, and I know that's not the main purpose of it, but it was very satisfying. But I don't know, gives me a kick.
Yeah, and you're not going to want to stop doing it too. It's 5 days on cycle, 2 days off. So just follow the directions, and you'll be in great shape. And if you felt it already in one day, because we just started,
Absolutely.
Wait till you see what you're going to feel as the time goes by. And what this is doing, clientele audience, is this is building your own human growth hormone. We're not giving you human growth hormone because we don't want to do that. That's dangerous. So shots and pills and all of that, even when you do it from your doctor, may not be a great idea. You want to encourage your own. And this is what slows down dramatically as we age. And that's why hair gets thinner. Skin gets lax. Our vision isn't as great. Our memory isn't as great. Our focus isn't as great. You're holding your key in your hands. So you're saying, where's my key? Sunglasses on your head. Where's my sunglasses? Bones and joints. Feel little aches and pains here. Ooh, am I getting arthritis? What's happening? Heart, your arteries, your heart muscles, your immune defense. This is also for your immune defense. And as Ben just said, he didn't feel like he really wanted to eat the quantity that he would normally eat because this works on your metabolism, on your stamina. And I was kidding with him and I said, if things are a little sluggish for men and women, try some of this and you'll be chasing each other around the house. I'm kidding. So he laughed again. So anyway, this is what we've got Ben on. He's doing great. And we know that you're going to as well. So we thank you so much. And Ben, what do you want to leave us with so that your encouraging and inspiring words can just ring in our heads as we close out this program.
Open up your home, invite somebody over for dinner, sit around your table, turn the TV off, turn the news off, turn social media off, and just get to know one another and find out all about them. Cook a big meal of comfort food and just love one another.
Well, I'll tell you something. I could talk to this man for the next couple of hours, and I'm sure you could listen to him for the next couple of hours too, but we can't. Ben, I absolutely love you. I can say that right now, and I've only known you for a short time.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
From my heart, I really do. This is a man to know and to love, and I thank you for everything that you've gifted us with today. I am blessed and honored to have had you here today. So may we say goodbye to everybody?
Take care, everybody. It has been a pleasure.
Bye. Blessings, everyone.